Thank you so much for being on this call today and listening in. It's only going to take me a few minutes and I'm going to get right to it. I don't mean to offend, I don't mean to be crass, but there may be some language here not suitable for small children. Clear the room and pay attention, please. You may want to have a pen and paper handy. Everything I tell you today, if you don't believe me, you think it's BS, I will provide the authorities on the issues, who's trained me, what I've come up with myself, journals, publications, anything you want. But for the time being, please be open-minded and listen attentively. This is the no BS strategy for looking good, feeling good, and continuing to kick ass well into your 60s and 70s. Some of us right now, including myself, are only in their 40s. Some are younger, some are older, and you're saying, what do I care about my 60s and 70s? Just think about how quick 10, 15, 20 years goes by. So anyway, planning for the future is great, but today's talk is not necessarily about the future. It's about right now. Chances are you're listening to this message, this talk, this call, however you're getting it in your hands right now because of one of three things. And that's number one, your sex drive and your metabolism are breaking. They're breaking down. They're not working the way they should. You just watch TV for 10 minutes during a sports game. Nothing but erectile dysfunction and depression. Okay, so you're on this call right now because you're not feeling strong or youthful anymore, and you can't tolerate that, and you need to turn it around now. Number two, you're just worn out. You're fatigued or you're depressed. Worn out, burned out, fatigued, no motivation, not ambitious anymore, and these things are not your normal. If you've been like this your whole life, that's a whole nother conversation. Love to help you with that, but that is not who I'm talking to. I'm talking to people who go out and kick ass and are ambitious, okay? So if that's you, you're just not feeling like yourself, you're worn out, you're fatigued and depressed, this is for you. Number three, you've worked hard to get good-looking body, you've worked hard to feel good, and you do not want to become like most of your friends and coworkers and colleagues that are just starting to slip. They're starting to lose their good looks. Instead of being healthy, they're just getting sucked into procedures and treatments and dangerous things, trying to hold on to their youth. There are natural and normal ways of going about this. We can help you hold on to your health and your body shape well into the years to come. Okay, so those are the three reasons you're probably listening right now. And just to get right to it, I want to talk about adrenal health. This is the keys to stress management. So I tell people that life knew that it would be stressful, so it equipped you with two sets of adrenal glands. Most of you don't even know what those are, and it doesn't matter. Adrenal glands make sex hormones, and they also are your response to stress, your fight or flight. Okay, we know what major stress is: car accident, bad news, tragedy, trauma, running for the bus if you've missed it, flat tire on a busy freeway. Those kind of things elicit a fight or flight, but the sneaky ones are the low-level fight or flight. That's just like that. I'm a little bit stressed, but there's no tragedy, no trauma, and you're just stuck there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And what starts to happen is you start to break down. You can't sleep good. Your sex hormones don't work right. You lose your sex drive. You start gaining weight around the belly. You start having dark circles. You start thinning out your hair and your nails. I mean, you even start getting more cavities. All these strange things that start happening because it's basically like banking. You can't just take withdrawals. You got to put some deposits in. And this is where healthcare is completely screwed up, and fitness. They are making a killing, literally and financially, on just giving you enough to feel a little bit better, but almost hooking you like it's a drug. And these things aren't working. There's so many fads and programs and pills and potions, and a lot of it's snake oil. So I'm not into snake oil. I'm into honest information, and I'm not into bullshit. BS. Sorry. Hopefully there were no kids in the room for that one. So the human brain will peak until 75 years old. A lot of people are blown away by that. There's no reason that your brain cannot peak until 75, which means the brain is controlling your hormones, your metabolism, your immune system, your digestive system. So your body should be able to peak until 75 years old. Some of you listening to this right now are in your 40s and 50s, and you feel like you peaked 10 years ago. That's baloney. That's bad information. All right, so the way to fix these things are to properly assess these things, these stresses. You got to understand what's going on with you, what's causing it. Is it your food? Is it undiagnosed sensitivities to your environment in your food? Is it physical trauma you never recovered from? Or is it mental, emotional trauma and triggers that you don't even know are there, but they're running in the back of your mind like too many windows open on your desktop, just taking up memory, taking up energy? And so you got to understand, number one is define the stress. But the way I like to look at your response to stress is through salivary hormone testing. You basically spit in these tubes. I send them to the best lab in the world. They look at those tubes in the saliva analysis for testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, cortisol, DHEA. I mean, these are the fountain of youth hormones. These are the hormones that help you deal with stress properly. So once we understand how you're dealing with stress or how you're not dealing with stress, then we are able to basically find what we can do to reverse, to recover, to rehabilitate you. And it's all very simple. We meet you where you're at. Now, there may be 100 steps for you to get to where you want to go, but you always start on step one, and you don't skip steps. This is what the health and wellness world wants you to do. They skip so many steps, it always leaves you wanting and trying new things. Once you cover step one, step two, step three, they're done deals. You don't have to keep revisiting. Then you could continue down the road until you get your sex drive back, until you lose those 15 pounds around your belly. Whatever it is your goal, you just go through the proper assessment steps to get there. Okay? Hope that's making sense. I'm going to just talk for one more minute on body type distortions and symptoms, because this is a great self-analysis of what's going on with you. Okay, there's 4 main body types, and they have their own sets of symptoms, and I'm going to cruise through them. Number 1 is the adrenal body that we're talking about now, adrenal hormones. Those are going to be the people with chronic pain. You have like the moving itis, you have bursitis, tendinitis, chondritis, discitis, arthritis. If there's an itis, you got it, okay? You crave chocolate, you crave salty foods, you're tired, but you're wired. And you're getting that 5 or 10 pounds of belly fat that no matter how thin you get or how much exercise or sit-ups, it just won't go away. That's going to be the adrenal body. Number 2 is the thyroid body. What you need to know about the thyroid is if the adrenals don't work right, the thyroid will not work right. So you must get your thyroid in check. That's going to be evenly distributed weight gain. Your hair is going to be thinning, your nails are going to be thinning, and you're going to get that brain fog. You know what brain fog is? You're looking for your sunglasses, they're on your head. You're looking for your keys, they're in your hand. The phone starts ringing when you're calling somebody and you have that moment of terror because you don't even remember who you're calling. Yeah, that's you. Thyroid issues. But once again, solved by fixing the adrenals, your ability to deal with stress. Number 3 body type is the liver. That is going to be the pot belly. That's going to be fluid that's backing up all through the abdominal cavity. You're going to often get right shoulder pain. You're going to get tension headaches. You're going to get really tight neck and neck joints. You're going to have to see your chiropractor or your therapist over and over and over because your lower neck is always going to be killing you. And same with your sacroiliac joints. Those are those joints on the sides of your tailbone, and sometimes even down your leg. Your cholesterol levels are going to be off at times, and you're just going to have joint pain in your hands and feet. Okay? That's a liver body. Liver has 500 functions. It activates the thyroid. It detoxifies you. It's a huge player in your immune system. Okay? Has a lot to do with insulin, the most powerful hormone in your body that takes sugar out of your diet, out of your blood, into your cells. Okay? Last one is the ovary. These are for the women. If you're having tough menopausal symptoms, heavy bleeding, or really tough PMS if you're younger, this is because your ovary, your estrogens, and your liver aren't working together to clear out those hormones to keep you balanced. And I know what the doctors are telling you, what they're doing. They're trying to solve your problems through patented chemicals, aka drugs. Patented chemicals, by definition, are the only things that could heal disease. That's what the AMA says. I mean, how much BS is that? You're putting a toxic poison, a patented chemical in your body, and you're trying to get a natural fix. And I'm not anti-drug. There's a time and a place, but they are utilized way, way, way wrong. And the whole idea of the bioidentical hormones or synthetic hormones and how they're used is even worse. And time after time, I get women and men in my office, and they are just chronically and almost illegally mismanaged. It's barbaric what's being done to women and men that are going through andropause and menopause, which just means our hormones are changing, not shutting down, but changing. Okay? Remember, youthful, strong, fit, optimally peaking until age 75. If you're 76 and the stuff is hitting the fan, even then I'll go, okay, I'll cut you some slack. But if you're under that, I don't want to hear it. You are being mismanaged and fed wrong information. Anyway, salivary hormone testing. All labs are not equal. All doctors are not equal. I don't know what everybody else is doing out there. I hear a lot of baloney and I see a lot of baloney. I'm very protective and particular about who I use, how I evaluate, and I create custom, strategic, high-thinking ideas, high intuitive thinking, really sound strategy, understanding who you are, what is your genetic makeup, what's your age, what's your life been like, what's your stress levels, what do you like to eat, what do you not like to eat, how do you like to move your body, what are your preferences. Those are how we create step 1 through 100 or step 1 through 20 or however many steps you use. So don't cut corners. Don't go chasing the pot of gold at the end of 10 more rainbows. Please just take sound advice. Listen to those around you who are saying, hey, listen to this or try that you trust and have a track record with. That's how you're listening to this right now. Somebody said something to you or you saw something that piqued your interest. This is the no BS strategy for looking good, feeling good, and continuing to kick ass. Thanks so much. Look at the attached materials for how you can get yourself tested and evaluated properly. All right. We'll see you soon.